Is anybody making progress? Have any ideas? Sure.
Cosine to find the side opposite of 50.
Okay, and then what?
And then find the angles, or I guess the angles aren't really important, but then I don't know.
Okay, so I mean, like doing that isn't going. It's not the wrong way. But what if I kind of give you some hints here? Okay, so first of all, let's figure out what is the area formula. Okay, so we know that we need to establish one of these as the base. Okay, which one should we use as the base? Okay, so on this, it really doesn't matter. The one where you want to use the longest side will be the next example that I give you. If I give you all three sides, you'll want to use the longest side. In this particular case, there's no wrong answer, as long as you pick a number that's up there. Okay, so which of these sides should we use as a base? Okay, let's say we use 7. Okay, so we have all but one piece of information already for our formula. Here's our base. Okay. And so the only piece that we need is this height. So let's establish our height is going to be this perpendicular segment from our base to the opposite vertex. And when I draw this height, I'll call it h. What does that create in my triangle now? Now it creates a right triangle. Okay, and when we look at this right triangle, we have an unknown side, we have an angle, and we have a hypotenuse. So what trig ratio is going to relate this angle to the opposite side and the hypotenuse? It's a sine, right? Sine ratio is so. So we can use the sine of 50 degrees is equal to opposite h over hypotenuse 6. To solve for h, we all only need to multiply both sides by 6. And so now here is my expression for h, 6 times the sine of 50. I can substitute that right down into my formula. And now do I have enough information to solve? Yeah, so now I can just use my calculator. Take 1/2 times 7 times 6 times the sine of 50. Now I want my answer to be in decimal form, so since none of my entries have decimals in them, I'm going to want to either include one or hit the green diamond button, and I get my area to be approximately 16.09. Anytime I write my answer, I'll either label the units if they're given, so feet squared, inches squared, centimeters squared, whatever it happens to be. If there's no units given, I'll just use the letter U. That just happens to represent undisclosed units. Okay? And since it's an area, we're dealing with 2 dimensions, it'll always be square units for that. Okay? Now if I had used 6, I could have still done the same thing using 6. I would have found a different height. The height would have still corresponded, though, to give me the same exact area. Did everybody follow what I did there using right triangle trig to find my height? We'll see how carefully you follow.